Hi, I'm Ernie Zore, and this is the 64th video in Puritas Springs Software's FAQ series. Incidentally, sometime after Larry Housel and I started the ChatGPT series, our FAQ numbers fell out of sequence. So this may not be the 64th according to publication date, but it's number 64 according to some crazy numbering system that we've got here. And I'm not sure why I'm wasting any time talking about it, but I'm sure the numbers will resolve themselves as time goes on. Larry, I think it would be good if you explain to our viewers what they'll need to follow along.
Okay. I'm still wrapping my head around the numbering scheme that we've got going.
Don't try to figure it out.
But if you want to follow along with what we're doing today, you're going to need the paid version of ChatGPT, which if you're here listening to me and Ernie talk, I would imagine you're that interested, it might be worth it. But there are some things that can be done on the free version, and we're going to point those out as we're going along here.
Okay, right, because, you know, there's some Jack Benny in me, and I was thinking, well, you know, if there's somebody viewing that doesn't have the paid version, maybe they would like to try it out with the free version. And so I was thinking, I think we're using the paid version so that we can upload files to ChatGPT, but you could also copy and paste things, and maybe that would work if you tried to cheat along with us on this.
Yeah, that's true, and we're going to demonstrate that exact thing, the difference between uploading and cut and pasting. I will say that I think the paid version allows you to paste in more.
Oh, right.
A little less, but you're right.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
If you can fit it into a prompt, then you're good to go. You don't need to upload anything.
Moving right along, the first thing we're going to work on is document drafting. And most importantly, we're not going to talk about document drafting. We're actually going to draft a document. And that's different than just talking about it. A document that's useful to any law office, and I'm talking about an operating agreement for a Ohio limited liability company. Always useful, and especially after 2023 or so, because the law just changed with respect to limited liability companies. And so I think that if you follow along with us, you're going to be really pleased with the result.
So it changed in regards to Ohio Limited Liabilities Company? Or is
right. There was an old chapter 1705 and 1706, which, you know what, I can't remember the exact effective date, 2022, I think, and that replaced the old chapter. Okay. So there is no 1705 anymore. It's all 1706.
Okay. Good to know. So let's see. You're gonna put this together using ChatGPT?
That's exactly right. So what we're going to do, step one, is creating a straight text file of Chapter 1706 of the Ohio Revised Code. Like I was saying, it's a relatively new section of the law that replaced old Chapter 1705, and it's called Revised Ohio Limited Liability Act.
Okay, so we went out and we found this act. We found it on the Ohio Revised Code website. And I should mention that ChatGPT now can browse the web. They couldn't before, since the last time we did a video. Now it can
right.
Again. So you might be able to just go out and tell it, say, hey, can you go grab this? But we'll do a different video on that.
Yeah, that's true. And unless you're willing to do a whole lot of copying and pasting, it's a good idea to make sure that whatever site you find as a source for the Ohio Revised Code, that you can put it into like a chapter view, because, I don't know, there's maybe 50 subsections to Chapter 1706, and you don't want to be copying and pasting them one section at a time.
That's correct, Ernie, and that's like we said, that's why we're using the advanced, the premium version of ChatGPT, so we can upload the whole document without having to go through and cut and paste all that. And we're going to use, they call it now, it used to be called, when we wrote the book, Code Interpreter, which was a terrible name.
Yeah, right.
Their marketing, I don't get these guys. And now they've renamed it Advanced Data Analysis, which again has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it almost isn't any better than Code Interpreter. Well, anyway. So, hey, the bottom line is, what did we do? We uploaded a doc file with the Ohio Revised Code. I did, like I said before, I found a view or a display mode of the Ohio Revised Code that let me look at all the chapters not all the chapters, but all the sections of Chapter 1706 in one big long list that I could copy and paste into a doc file. And I used that doc file then to upload it to ChatGPT.
So that response and that doc file that you created is available on the website, right? So we'll put it on the under the video or on the video, so people can just click on it and go read it if they want.
That's right. It would have been hard to do any other way, and I would be scrolling through screen after screen of text. So I'll just put the URL, and hopefully that'll come up on its own here now when it's being edited, when the video is being edited and produced. Hopefully the link will show up there, and then you can either simply click on it or at least copy and paste it into your browser.
Okay. You were saying that what it did was it gave you quite a little bit less than what you felt you needed for a full operating agreement, right? It was only like 700
that's
words.
right. That's how it started out. I asked it to give me, I said, take a look at this Chapter 1706 of the Ohio Revised Code, and please draft an operating agreement for me. And that's right. It gave me a very nice, I think I asked for 3,000 words, but what it gave me was hardly 700. And I was thinking, oh boy, this is not what I asked for. And also, I looked at it and I was thinking that the text there, the language was so rudimentary that I don't think it could be really used as an effective operating agreement. And then as I looked at it and kind of pulled back a bit, it dawned on me that we weren't following our own advice about the prompts.
Yep. As we've said many times before, it's all about the prompts.
So I think a better prompt would have been, I had used the word generic. I was going to say that when I stepped back for a moment and I looked at the thing, I thought, although the language of the operating agreement was way too simple, the response itself was a darn good outline of what I would expect to see.
What you realized then, and what we realized as we were working on this, is that chat is, unlike Google, it's kind of remembering the conversation, right? So you can continue and refine the product that you're creating.
Right, yeah, your use of the word aware, that had air quotes around it that our viewers couldn't see, but that's a major advantage over a conventional search engine like Google. Whatever you ask can always be answered in the context of all of the conversations or the prompts that went before it in that same chat.
Yeah.
So I was saying that it was a good outline. What it had produced was a nice outline. Mm-hmm. And so what I did then is I said, well, can you describe the factual circumstances that would apply to item 4, duration? And what happened then was that chat responded with something that was very much what I wanted.
A much more a lot more text, a lot more detail, and again, it was a lot of text. So for the purposes of simplicity, we again uploaded it, and you can click on the link here and on the video and see the results of what it created. But a much better response for that section.
And although I could have made a better prompt, probably, this was certainly something that we could work with.
I guess I see where this is headed. Why not just use the outline that it created and then expand upon it section by section?
Right. That's a great idea. And so what we did then next was to ask chat to expand the next section on the operating agreement.
So section by section, we went through the entire agreement and did that, right?
Right.
All the different sections.
And what we ended up with was a very satisfactory operating agreement. The important thing insofar as what this video is concerned with is, were we done at that point? And the perhaps surprising answer is absolutely not. As the attorney in the Mata case learned the hard way, you can't just hand off a chat job without taking responsibility for the final result. Through my discussion with another attorney, I was actually alerted to an issue about ownership and voting rights that arose in the context of the brand new Chapter 1706. So I followed that discussion with a productive internet search that turned up a very informative article by attorney Drew Emmert. It was titled, the Flexibility and Traps of Ohio's New LLC Act, and you can find it on dbllaw.com. And I'll try to make sure that there's a site up so that you can see where we're visiting.
Okay, so and the upshot is that this Chapter 1706, the update, is a set of, it changed the default LLC provisions. So if there's no operating agreement in place, or if the operating agreement doesn't contain something addressing the issue, then it'll fall back on these defaults, right? And they've changed since the last one.
That's correct. And so one of the questions you get is, does this invalidate the old operating agreements that predate the Act? And the answer is no, that would be unconstitutional. Do new operating agreements need to comply with the provisions of the Act? And again, the answer is no, because the Act isn't meant to interfere with the freedom of contract. I think what it's there for is to supply terms that are not in an operating agreement, or perhaps when an operating agreement is absent.
Yeah, and
if that's possible.
Right, and that's, well, I imagine it could be, but the main point is that those defaults in some cases might be pretty one-sided, or at least not what you would want to happen if you don't have something addressing it.
Right, and that was a very polite way of saying that they were traps. And that's true. The first trap is that the new code makes everyone an equal partner insofar as the LLC members are, and they would share equally in company distributions. And the reason that could be a trap is that, let's say you have an LLC that's capitalized at $100,000. One partner put in $90,000, the other partner put in $10,000. You know, there's a pretty reasonable inference there that the member that put in the 90% may want 90% of the company's distributions. So that's what I think Attorney Emmett is referring to as a trap. And it certainly is.
Yeah, for sure.
And the same thing applied to not just distributions, but also to voting rights. So that a person that had contributed 90% of the capital would have 90% of the voting rights.
So that's the default. You split it right down the middle, and the voting rights go right down the middle, no matter what the initial capital.
Right. That's what Chapter 1706 provides.
Okay.
So unless you change that in the agreement, that's what it'll be.
Okay. So we want to change the agreement so that it actually stipulates that the voting rights of the members are in proportion with their capital contribution.
That's right, Larry. What happened is, after I went over this article of Attorney Emmett's and checked it against what ChatGPT had put together, I thought that it would be beneficial if I customized it a little more, and I think that underscores one of the cardinal rules about ChatGPT is that you have to be aware that it's not ChatGPT that's doing the drafting of this operating agreement. It's you that's doing the drafting of the operating agreement. You're the one who's going to be signing on the dotted line as preparer, not Chat. So you have to make sure that, and I tried to do this with the operating agreement, is to make sure that it's not falling inadvertently into any of these traps that Attorney Emmett described. So that's what you're going to find. I don't know if we had the last site coming up here as to where it is, where you can download it from our website.
Yeah, it should be here. You should be able to download the final version, which is, I must say, a pretty good operating agreement at the end of the day. And it includes the catches for these traps because you gave that information to ChatGPT and it updated the agreement accordingly.
That's it. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Wait a minute. Where am I at?
Now, Ernie, I think that we have gone through that big ordeal of creating drafting an operating agreement.
Right.
Which is, a pretty significant task that ChatGPT showed itself to be more than competent in helping us do.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to hit a couple short little things because, I mentioned we're using this paid version and you can upload files, and I wanted to kind of demonstrate what you can do with that.
Okay.
So maybe we can finish up here, and I can walk you through, and we can do some live work here and show people how to use this.
Sure, yeah, I want to see some examples.
Okay, so like we started talking about with the new section that we downloaded from the Secretary of State website, right?
Yes.
It was too big to paste into it, so we needed to upload. We couldn't paste that enormous document piece by piece in ChatGPT to keep up with it. We need to upload it.
Okay.
So this is what the code interpreter does really well, is take uploaded documents. But before we got into this, I wanted to go back to what you said when we first started working on that on ChatGPT, was how great it worked with cut and paste. And I think that's true. And I think that knowing how the how to cut and paste is a pretty straightforward thing, and if you can do that, then you can use ChatGPT very effectively. In fact, if you can fit it in the prompt, I feel it's more effective than if you upload the document. You want to see a demonstration?
Okay, sure.
All right, so I went out and I found a section on term sheets from Westlaw, and I'm geez, I hope I don't end up on OpenAI's lawsuit list by mentioning this. But anyway,
there
it's
we
a
go.
term
This is
sheet,
it right here, term sheets.
which I found somewhere. It's pretty lengthy, but it's not so long that you can't fit it into a just straight cut and paste into the paid version.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So the first thing I want to do is upload this term sheet, and like you just did with the outline, I want or with the operating agreement, I'd like it to summarize it and create an outline for me.
Okay, now wait a minute. You want me to upload it, or you want me to copy and paste it?
I want you to upload it first.
Upload it, okay.
Yeah. But you can grab it into the paste window while you have it open if you want.
Oh yeah, that's a good
we're
idea.
going to do
Okay.
that in a second.
Control A to select everything. Control C to copy. We won't do anything with that. Like you said, Larry, we'll just put it aside for right now. But instead, I'll click on Attach Files.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, this is what I was complaining about. I can never find anything.
Public.
Users public, okay. Thank God for Larry.
Yeah, I remember from our
public and then
shenanigans.
documents.
Yeah.
Is this
There
what
it
we're-
is.
Okay, term sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, just in case I didn't throw everybody off, we're going to upload this file. We're in the open file or the upload file dialog.
Mm-hmm.
So I found the file with Larry's help, and I'm selecting it, and I'm clicking on open, and now there we go. It's
Okay.
ready to upload it.
That's right. So now we're just going to ask a question about it, and we'll say, do a quick summary in outline form of the contents
Should I
of this
use?
file.
Should I ask it politely, like please, or
Yeah,
should I
why
just
not?
say, hey, summarize it?
There's two big schools of thought on that, and one is that you should never be nice because it's a waste of time. It doesn't understand it. And the other,
Yeah, that has an appeal, a certain appeal. Never be nice.
yeah, and the other is that if you're nice, the AI will recognize that
Okay,
and it'll be
yeah,
nice
hey,
back to
you
you.
know.
But that's I don't get into.
Hey, I was only
details.
kidding about the never be nice, because I am always nice.
We don't want to be on AI's bad side. Please,
This is being recorded,
That's
This
true.
could be, if I ever ran for political office, this would be held against me.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
it would be proper.
AI
would
okay.
be running a
I
big misinformation
really
campaign
threw us
on it.
off on that one. What was I going to write here? Please
Please
something.
create a quick summary and outline of the contents of this file.
What?
In outline form. I want to see it in outline.
God, Larry, you're so demanding.
I know.
for
I didn't even
God's
say
sake.
please. You see, I'm
Yeah,
nicer to
yeah,
AI than I
right.
am to you.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that against me, or is that something good for me?
I don't know.
Wow, okay. I'll ask Chat.
Yeah, it's got to. So now what it's doing is reading, and it's really amazing. I'm going to click on this just to show.
Oh, look,
you.
it's done already.
It actually writes code to do
Yeah,
what it needs to do.
isn't that amazing?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
So now it's writing another program to do, something else. Okay, so
Oh,
it
look,
figured
it's
out how to read it.
There you go. Yeah, I was worried about it because it says can't decode. That can't be good.
Yeah, right.
Invalid
So what-
start.
that's a
These
nice
are all
thing.
bad things.
It's a nice thing about AI is it fixes its own errors.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I like that.
All right, so here we go. So this is what it gave me, right?
Okay.
Basically a quick outline.
Uh-huh.
Now let's ask it the same thing and say, please
No, this time I was not going to say
Oh, you're
please.
just gonna
I was
be
just going to say,
straightforward?
darn it, give it to me. Now.
Summarize. Give me a short summary and outline of the following. Oh, wait, you're not.
Whoops.
Your context is
Focus.
Your focus. Sorry.
I lost focus. You know, that's a problem with chat. That wasn't me. That was chat.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just blaming on chat, huh?
Yeah, it's obviously
hell?
it has a bug. We should report it.
Yeah, right. Okay, so what am I typing here? Give me.
A brief summary.
Boy, that sentence could have ended up in a lot of different ways. Okay, never mind. Give me a brief. Give me a brief. Even that one has some potential.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but where we're going with it,
For comedic purposes only, I
it's
meant.
going to be pretty straightforward.
I'm going to be very serious about what I'm typing right now. Go ahead, Larry.
Give me a brief. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
It was
Give
a
me
short
a brief
train.
a summary.
Just had a caboose on it. There's no train at all. Okay, never mind. All right, I'm dragging this out. Let's go.
Give me a brief
Give me
summary.
a brief summary.
In outline form.
Isn't that what we just asked it?
Yeah,
Larry,
I want to ask
God
it the
darn
same
come
thing.
on.
In outline form of the following. Colon, space, and then paste in the content. So now instead of
do I already have it in here? I
Yeah,
can't
you
remember.
should, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep, there.
Is
there
that it?
is. Yep.
All right.
So then hit
Send.
send. Yep.
Bang. There we go. Oh, yeah, there. Look at that.
So look at that. So it was able to ingest, as they say, the whole thing in there, and now
Okay.
it's giving me a summary.
Viewers, I'm not sure I caught up on that. Do you know what we just did? We copied and pasted that entire agreement. I think back when I said Control A, I copied it in there. When I hit Control V, V as in paste, V as in Victor, which, yeah, why isn't Control P paste? All right, that's a whole different video.
Because I think that used to be print.
Print, yeah, okay. All right, now I don't even remember where I was at
They
on that.
prioritized print over paste.
Yeah,
Can you
okay.
imagine? It must have been.
There was some point to what I was gonna make, but
Well, you don't have to make it because this thing, ChatGPT finally finished. And look at the difference. Can you scroll up and just show the difference as you go to of this outline that it created from basically the same brief summary in outline form.
okay, yeah.
And then this one.
Oh.
Oh no, you got to go all the way up. This is still the
Oh yeah,
paste
okay,
in
that's
there.
the prompt.
Yeah, see how much you can paste in? You can paste in quite a bit into the
Yeah,
paid
for
version.
sure. Look at that. Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a lot of stuff.
I don't know what the limit is. I try to look it up, and everybody's got different ideas, and I think it changes all the time.
You know
too.
what? And it's not even rated in words. They say, oh no, it's
Tokens.
Tokens,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah, and so I'm
and
like, well, that means nothing to me.
yeah, a token can be several words, or several tokens could add up to, I think, one word. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
Not easy.
So that.
Okay, there we go.
And then there's this one. It's just a little thing. So a huge difference.
And how did you get that difference?
So this one was the one we uploaded, the same exact text, just in a text file
Yeah.
to Code Interpreter, and this is what it gave us. And then you saw the one at the bottom where we cut and pasted the context of the text, or the content of the text file, and we got the
Much more detailed.
much more detailed answer.
Yeah, well, you know what? I would say to that, Larry, I didn't realize that's where you're going with this.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
where I'm
say,
going.
what the hey?
Well, you know, I'm sure they'll get better at it, but as of right now, it seems it's way more effective if you can fit it into the prompt to cut and paste it into the prompt.
Oh my! I didn't expect that. Okay.
Well,
Well,
let me-
anyway,
Let me move on real quick because I know
Sure,
I
yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
run on and on and
absolutely.
on forever in this
Okay,
video, but
yeah,
I
all
do
right.
want to keep showing you some cool things you can do with Code Interpreter, aka Advanced Data Analysis, aka this upload tool.
well, Larry,
They should just call it Upload Tool. I
As
don't know
I-
why they call it anything else. Right into that prompt, you can say thank you.
got to get that focus.
Say thank you because you know.
Oh, now all of a sudden
we're
Larry's
polite
really
again.
polite. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Please provide that in a as a Word document I can download.
Okay.
So now, you know, as we kind of touched on before, it's going to write a program that'll convert that into a Word document. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Well, people are probably still amazed, Larry, at how fast I can type. So
I know.
they're not
I'm
they're
spoiled.
not hip to this yet.
I'm
No,
used
I'm
to
only
it.
kidding.
There's a reason why you're in charge
I'm
of
not
typing.
bragging. Yeah, I am, but no.
So yeah, if we go in here again, I like to look at it. It's just writing a program to do what we want it to do.
Is it? Yeah, is that what that is? Is
Yeah.
that HTML?
It's
what the hell is
Python.
it? Oh, Python. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it
Okay, I
uses
remember
Python.
that back when. Python, yes. Oh. I never learned. I know some computer languages, but Python is not one of them.
Really? You'd be well positioned if it was. All right, so now it gave you a link. I don't know if the viewers can tell, but that's a hyperlink there where it says download the document here, and you can click on that.
Oh no! You know what? Okay, presumably the viewers are much younger than I am, but I cannot. Okay, yeah, I see. This is what you're talking about. This is a link, and by clicking on that link,
Yep.
I download the file
As a Word you download it as a Word
as a
document.
Word document. How cool is that? Okay.
All right,
Thanks.
now we're going to get into some a little more in depth, but I'm just going to hit it real quick because I think it's so interesting.
Yeah.
So,
What's that?
we're going to edit an Excel spreadsheet using this upload tool, advanced data analysis.
Okay, that's cool. Let's try it. What do I have to do?
Click on attach files. That's right. Hopefully it'll take us back to where we were. It did.
Yeah, here it is, right
So
here.
yeah,
There's
so
an
this is
Excel file.
OpenAI cases, which is they call this foreshadowing
Yeah.
for our future content where we're going to talk about these OpenAI cases.
Oh wow, there's big secrets.
So anyway, other than the free preview, what you're going to get is I'm going to add a column to this spreadsheet. So I'll say, please add a column to this spreadsheet.
You want me to type that in here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With the word please? Larry,
No,
you're
just
so
say
nice
add.
now
Just
all of a
say
sudden.
add.
Please. No, don't back off.
I'm trying to be polite.
Please add a column
To this spreadsheet
to
called
this spreadsheet
called
called-
assigned with a capital A. What do you got going on there?
Man, bad finger.
You see, you started talking about what a great
called-
typist you were.
I know. Damn bragging.
Nice.
Got me in trouble.
And
Called assigned. Is that it?
no, and then I want to
Do you want me to type then I want to?
no, I want you to. Sorry, I was trying to think of
I
how to
knew you
word it.
didn't. I was just
Called
trying to-
assigned and
I was just trying to throw Larry off.
either Larry or Ernie randomly to each row beneath it.
And add either Larry or Ernie, capital E,
Mm-hmm.
to each row?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that should do it.
All right,
see if-
Larry.
let's
Here
see
we
if-
go.
Yeah, we'll roll the dice on it.
You know, when I would do something like this, when I was in technical support, I would usually say something like, Alexa, play a drum roll.
I know you wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Is that classy?
I
Yeah,
really
you gotta
like
admit.
that. Man, the production value
Yeah,
went way
right.
up all of a sudden.
I just thank God there's no dislike button.
Yeah.
Because people could be prompted by something like that. But anyway, okay, so what am I supposed to do? I'm here to send a message.
I'm
Okay,
just gonna
I don't know.
send it.
Sorry
See
about
what
that.
it does with this.
Sorry about that diversion.
Jeez, I hope it works. If it doesn't work,
Then we're off the air. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Podcast over.
so what I wanted to do
It's thinking.
is did we stump it? Oh no, it's doing its
No,
work.
there we go.
Look at that, it did it. So I don't know if you can download that spreadsheet and show it.
Yeah, I could, but I suppose I should. I clicked on the link.
Click on it.
I did already.
I don't know what you did. You didn't click though. There you go.
Starting download. Oh, here it is.
Oh, it says it renamed it to updated. That's cool.
Well, this is from. Okay, let's open it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, there it is. You know what? I already had it open. I already had a file.
Look, Ernie, can you see there?
Where?
All the way at the end,
Oh yeah, Ernie, Larry, Ernie, Larry. Yep.
randomly. And look at how many it gave me to do compared to you.
Yeah, Larry, I didn't want to complain about anything, but I noticed that your name appears a lot more often than mine does.
Yeah, one more than yours, I think. Yeah, either way, I must have. It's because I'm so polite.
Yeah, that must be it, Larry.
So I thought that was pretty
hey,
interesting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, really, I don't want to sound facetious. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I can think of a lot of uses for that.
This
We'll
was
have to
just
go
a
over
little
some of them.
spreadsheet. Imagine a spreadsheet with thousands of pieces of data, and you're
Right.
asking it to do something like this. It's a huge time saver.
Absolutely. Okay, well, hey, that was very impressive. Well, Larry, I think we're at the end of this episode or installment.
Which means we have to let viewers know about our book.
That's right. Our book, and the title is ChatGPT and the Law, a comprehensive guide to AI in law offices. You can order it from our landing page. The link is in the description, which hopefully is on the screen right now.
Yeah, geez, I hope so.
Yeah, and it's also available in the Amazon bookstore for $12.95 in digital format and $15.99 as a paperback.
Yeah, and as always, if you're watching this, we'd love for you to like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know what you think of what we're doing. We'd like to interact with you guys about this stuff.
Right on, Larry. Well, we're planning to demonstrate some awesome tips, groundbreaking news, and even more things in the future, so please stay with us. Remember, if you like us, we like you.
Man, that's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
It's marketing.
Okay. Larry's deviating from the script here, but that's okay, because I just made the whole damn thing up anyway. So it does sound pretty good, though, doesn't it? No, it doesn't.
No, I
Anyway,
like it.
do you? Okay, well, that's cool.
You like us, we like you. It's
Yeah,
true.
right. Okay. I'm with it. I'm down with that. Anyway, until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye now.